Welcome to Manga Talk, the manga podcast where we read a lot of manga, one volume at a time. I am Kyle, the otaku husband.
And I'm Matt.
This week we are reading Hiroyuki Asada's fantasy manga, Tegami Bachi. And Dice will not be joining us this week because he's got to catch up with us. He's got to play a little bit of catch up before he can do his official episode.
He's got a long road ahead of him.
Yep. But, have that out of the way. So Matt, predictions. What do you think this volume of Tegami Bachi is going to be like?
I think Lag is going to deliver a letter, and the recipient's going to be happy, and Lag's going to shoot something with his heart bullet gun. And
kind of like
there might be a Gaichu or two.
Might be.
Yeah, it might be.
And yeah, like I have a prediction that this is going to be one of its more slower material, but still pretty good too.
Yeah, I will. I mean, I'll just get straight to it right here, right now. I was not immediately hooked onto this this volume like I was with the other ones. It is very exposition heavy, very plot driven, and not a whole lot actually happens, but a lot of setup for future stuff.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that future stuff.
Yeah, the future stuff is gonna be awesome, but this is just a lot of setup without payoff just yet. And we open up with the cover page of the chapter. And by the way, chapter 19 of volume 6, chapter 19 of the entire series. It could be the translation of the chapter could be a blue picture letter, or you can read it as the hydroglade colored picture letter. So I mean, it has.
I think the blue picture letter rolls off the tongue a little bit easier.
Yeah, there is two kind of translations out there for it. So yeah, but we can't say enough about the art about Tegami Bachi. And this is a fact I just learned about Hiroyuki Asada. He's kind of quit manga in general now.
Oh, yeah?
Just to do illustrations.
Oh, well, I mean, that's still kind of cool.
Yeah, like, he has the knack for it. That's the thing. I mean, just to be just an illustrator.
Yeah.
The only time he's now come back to do any kind of thing for manga at all is to redraw the covers for the Bunkoban release, which is still ongoing, of Tegami Bachi. Well, because that's like the new print release.
Right.
For it. And it's and that's the only time he's come back to doing anything manga related.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, this is just a recent fact I found out. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of just quit manga. Like, it's a little sad, actually.
Yeah, I mean, he's good, obviously. Yeah. Like I said, like this volume's not like didn't hook me, but I'm still hooked on this series. I still think it's very fine. Yeah. I'm sure his other works are just as good, if not better, or I'll be disappointed. But
I would say like Isle is on par as good quality as Tegami Bachi.
Okay.
Hit the series he did before this. It's a sports manga, but still, it's as good quality as this. One of his earlier manga, Bad Dodane Yoshio-kun, it's kind of good. It's a little generic, but good.
Okay, I mean, that's not entirely bad, so
yeah,
I'll still give it a shot. I'll still give my opinion on it.
Yeah,
but
when we get to that road, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
But right now, we are reading Tegami Bachi, and I love the colors in this manga are always beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like
They really hammer in that whole like amber, the importance of like amber and whatnot. Because like every time they do anything in color, like everything's got this like amber glow to it, like this like amber like shading over or a light over top of it, and
yeah.
it just makes everything really like. I mean, it makes everything amber and orange colored, but like it makes it kind of like pop a little bit more, at least to me.
Yeah, it's
It
like
makes things stand out a lot.
it doesn't feel like your standard like Copic marker color. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks like there's like watercolors and maybe even some paints almost in there at times,
I could believe it. Yeah.
like watercolors and stuff. Like that's how I feel. Like the color in this manga always seems to pop. And we see Lag trying to write a letter, and it's funny. Good boy Steak and Dingo Nietzsche are just sleeping. She's got her hand wrapped around her Lag's legs, and like Steak is just curled up into a ball.
Yep.
Being good boy Steak.
I also like how while Lag's trying to write this letter, and he's trying to write the letter to fill into the letter bullet that he shoot Gaucher and hopefully get his memories back and whatnot
to help him remember.
But like you see him writing down on this paper, and like I guess it's just like the language of Amber Ground.
Yeah, of this
Lag
world.
was from. Whatever it is, it doesn't look like a language. It looks like he's writing some kind of math.
It looks like he's just like he's
equal
doing
sign. I see parentheses and plus signs. Like,
yeah, it does. I know it does. It looks like he's just doing his math homework.
Yeah.
And Lag's kind of struggling. He says I can't write. I don't know what to write here. And then we cuts back to not being in color anymore. It cuts back to normal manga monochrome. And we see Sylvia cooking, doing her thing. She's
making
asking
that soup,
making that awful soup with her grit. I still say she makes that soup awful on purpose. And we're just seeing Lag kind of like he looks exhausted. For more comedic effect, he's exhausted, but you know what I mean.
Design-wise, I really like Sleepy Lag. Like I love his like disheveled and all over the place.
His eyes have his eyes and mouth are like an empty void.
Yeah.
Like it's just like he just got ravaged and like it just looked like he took on like 30 Gaichu at once in his sleep.
That's me when I wake up.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
I thought you were going to make a steak reference, but alright, that's fine.
Yeah. But speaking of steak, we see Nietzsche eating the bread, and Steak is also eating some bread. Looks adorable eating bread.
I was like, whenever anyone's Steak just sit there and eat, but they just they look back and forth at everyone that's talking.
Yeah. And Sylvia's basically asking do you not know how to write a letter? And Lag's like, no, I just can't think of what to write.
Letter before.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's written right, but he's never actually had to write a meaningful letter to somebody.
Yeah.
And then Sylviette's just kind of like, the letter is the heart. That's always what you're saying. So just write it.
Just do it.
He has so many different thoughts and everything. He doesn't know how to put them into words.
Yeah.
And I do like how they bring up it's you've never but your letter B. And then it turns out that Zaji and Connor are also there eating, and they both say it's like, nope, I've never written letters either, and Sylvette doesn't know why they're there.
And Connor's just chowing down.
He's eating everything.
I'm surprised he's not getting sick from that soup, or he's not, or he might not happy having the soup.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's not eating the soup. But I don't know, that looks like some kind of fish at the bottom of his plate. I don't know what that is, but he's got a mound of just shit that he's just shoving into his face.
It's like a whole toothed fish. It's like 2 eggs on top. What looks like to be some kind of noodles or something on top of those eggs.
It could be branches for all I know. Like, he could just be eating it literally anything at this point.
Well, it is his weapon works on hunger, so I mean, the shards of his hunger. So
he has to eat to become more powerful.
Yeah, what I eat, I become stronger, faster, stronger, Connor,
fatter.
But anyways. And Sylvia just realized, wondering now, why are you eating? Why are you here?
Yeah, why are you eating breakfast with us? And Zaji just says, I'll just. And Sylvia keeps getting offended by it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Every time when they say pass the soup, what?
Eat your goddamn soup.
Eat the soup. Everybody's like, what? It's just so funny. Even though Lag's trying to figure out, this existential crisis, I need to write this letter. Everybody's arguing about soup.
Everyone wants me to get Gaucher back. I can't if I can't write this letter. And everyone just argues about soup.
Yeah. That's the best part. Soup. You know what my shards will be? Shards of soup.
My heart shoots shards of soup. Oh man,
that's Sylviette's shards. Shards of horrible soup.
Hey, we still have yet to see shards of asshole. So maybe
I'm waiting for that guy.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for shards of asshole guy.
Maybe he'll finally make his debut.
I hope he makes his official main character debut or rival character. But anyways, now we see Lag and Niche at stake appear at this mansion place. They're delivering their mail to this mansion. And we see this really tall maid come out of there. I mean, she's like a giant.
Yeah, she is kind of ridiculous.
And she even makes my God, you're huge.
I mean, to be fair, it probably would be my reaction too.
Well, you'd be saying that more inside your head, but no, Lag just literally blurts out, "You're huge."
I don't know. I think I probably would let slip a "oh God" or something. Yeah. But yeah, no, she's huge.
She's large and in charge, man. But anyways, we find out her name is Kindori, or Kindor is her name. And now Kindor here, she lets Lag and the gang in. And this other person is just like, oh, Kimidori, her name is Kimidori. This other person, I guess either the master of the house or the head maid.
Yeah, I would say she's probably head maid or something.
It's really kind of oh my God, your hands are dirty. How dare you? What were you thinking?
How dare you touch the lady's personal mail with those dirty hands?
I'm like, Damn.
She's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, don't. She's like, give me that. You just go back downstairs, you giant.
She ends up falling down the stairs
Yeah.
because apparently she's supposed to be this like klutzy-like character.
Yeah,
So
she's very much a klutz.
she's the klutzy giant,
Yeah.
and Lag and Niche and Steak are just kind of like watching as all this happens. And I mean, the maid's fine.
The maid's fine. She's like, she just does a tee-hee, my body's strong.
Yeah, and head maid like really doesn't like her and calls her just like a dumb oaf and whatnot.
Yeah,
and
which I kind of feel bad. Kimidori looks like the shape to be a decent character, I would say.
She's a sweet girl.
Yeah. And
but
no, like I just like how dumbfounded that Lag and the gang are just staring at all this goes down like
what did we just walk into?
Like I just came here to drop off the mail.
Yeah, my job's already done. Why am I still here? But apparently the head lady, the mistress, wanted to meet the bee that delivers the mail. Because apparently it's been happening for a long time. Where meet the mistress. She's this very very beautiful woman. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But apparently she's like this. She has she has a really terrible case of the plot.
Yeah.
And
some kind of plot disease.
She's got the illness, but she's getting better. And one of the reasons why she's getting better is because these letters are coming to her, and they're not written at all. They're just like pictures of this mountain, and they're done in this like blue paint, and they look very nice, and they remind the lady of her childhood, like her hometown and everything. And, so yeah, she and like because like she they're addressed to her, but they have no like return address, or they don't say who they're from or anything like that, and so she doesn't know. And she's like, because she has like these letters are like they help her like fight her illness, and I think she's but she's doing a lot better now, and she can like go outside and whatnot.
Yeah, and we find out her name is Lady Ray.
Yeah, Lady Ray.
Yeah, Lady Ray. And like you said before, there have these pictures, these hand-drawn pictures of the mountains, like are literally cheering her up, helping her out, like in some weird shape or form, but like
having her strive to fight the good fight, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's good. That's a good thing.
And so basically, she gives them to Lag and everything, and basically wants him to find out who is the sender of the letters, because she wants to personally thank them. And that's really not what letter B's do, but Lag's a compassionate young man who can't say no to anybody, so of course he ends up agreeing.
Yeah, he's gonna do it. Which literally, the funny thing about this, what Lag could do to like this would be over in about like 5 seconds. Literally,
he could
shoot the letter.
He could shoot the letter. Yeah.
Yeah, literally, shoot the letter. Boom. Oh, that's who that is. Do you recognize this person?
Yeah. See, they actually bring that up though. Like later on, like as they're leaving, and Lag's just like, well, I mean, like after she told that whole spiel, like I couldn't say no. Like, I have to do it, but it's like, what? Like, how do I do it? And Nish even says you could just fire Akabari and see who wrote them.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
true.
Lag goes, and then Lag goes and says, it's like, oh yeah, good job, I could do that, but wait. Because I already delivered the letters. They're not lost letters. They're already
delivered letters.
So I can't shoot them. And
so
that doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever.
I think they just didn't want to make it so it's like, it's gonna be the convenience part. It's kind of like the Dragon Ball thing. Like, why the Dragon Balls go away after a year after you collect them. So so there's always a reason. They're not always gonna be like this MacGuffin.
Yeah.
That solved all the problems.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, in Dragon Ball Z, the reason the Dragon Balls go is because, they basically, once a year, you can ask for 3 wishes, anything you want, and a powerful magical dragon from another dimension makes it happen. So, I mean, it's kind of a very powerful thing. So, they just, they go dormant after. As in this universe, there is no such thing as that. He just totally can do it. But he just says no.
It's the MacGuffin, but it's still the MacGuffin thing. Like, not every you can't always solve the problem with the MacGuffin.
Yeah.
That's why I brought a Dragon Ball, because the Dragon Balls are the MacGuffin.
Yeah,
but then again, now in Dragon Ball world, Goku's just one big MacGuffin. So.
Well, yeah, Goku's been the number 1 MacGuffin since the dawn of time. Like that's just been his character.
Yeah.
But so Lag goes on this journey to find out all he can from these letters, and basically, if he holds the letters up to the light, he can see like the watermark.
Yeah.
This weird axolotl like creature.
Yeah,
an axolotl is some kind of salamander for those who don't know.
Yeah, it's like some cute little salamander-like thing. It kind of pops up, and they're just. I love this picture, like how shocked they are to see this thing. They're like,
yeah. Well, I just mean like just the design itself, like the watermark itself. Like it's a very detailed picture. I don't think I've ever seen a watermark like that before.
Yeah, and they're like, and it's actually the paper that was drawn on, and there's an actual store that has this specific paper of this octolottus paper, and the owner of the store looks like an octopus.
It's very convenient.
Yeah,
it's all connected.
The dots are connecting now.
The search ends up basically going nowhere because, you would think like, oh man, this is super rare paper. No, this is actually the most common paper that he sells. So like it's.
So it's like So it's literally like you're just back to square one again.
Yeah. And so then they decide it's like, all right, well, paper. The paper didn't get us anywhere, so let's see if we. Paint that was used, and they go to some like paint artist guy, and he says like, oh man, like this blue color, like these are no paints that I use. These are special paint made from a special kind of flower that only grows in North Usari. Everything.
Yeah.
And Lags are like, oh man, so like where are they? And the guy just says, well, they're not anywhere here, and like just completely dashes all hopes right there.
Yeah, it's like nobody wants to figure this out. Help them out on this.
It's like, oh man, I know exactly what this is. No, it's not. I can't help you.
We don't have it here. Get out. Scram. and like Thag and the gang are pretty much like, okay, let's just keep looking. And they keep looking through like all this beautiful scenery.
Walking back to the mansion, leaves are like blowing through the wind and everything. It's a nice night.
Yeah, it's a nice amber ground night. Like always.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or whatever time it's supposed to be. But Lag comes across
Kimidori.
Yeah, Kimidori in the in the mansion's garden, and she flowers and she's talking to them, and puts 2 and 2 together where it's like, oh man, blue flowers, and her hands are like, all they were told originally was that her hands were dirty. Now we're told, oh, her hands are stained blue. And it's like, oh yeah, man, I really wish there was color.
I love that he does a detective. Yeah, he does a Detective Conan like. It's like, he does a Detective Conan reference, like you're the culprit, and she's like, ah,
I did it. It was me.
It was me the whole time. I was the one who sent the pictures. I'm waiting for Niche to knock Lag out so Stay can explain the entire culprit.
No, see, Steak bites on to Lag, and then Lag just goes limp, and then Steak starts speaking through Lag and explains the entire thing.
Detective Steak.
the greatest detective.
Oh, and it's just funny. Like now, after he does his Detective Conan moment, she's just scrambling around. She just like pretty much does a Dogeza and says like, "Yeah, I did
it. It was me." Yeah.
And they apologize for calling her the culprit.
Yeah, it just kind of slipped out and everything, and basically they talk about it. They talk about the letters and whatnot. Kimidori admits that it is her. She was actually Lady Ray's like friend when they were like children, and
they were
then
childhood friends.
yeah, and she was really good with paints and everything because she can't write, so instead of writing, she would draw pictures and whatnot, and she would make letters for her little siblings or whatever, and before Lady Ray left their hometown to come live at this mansion or whatever. She ran into Kimidori, and
hired her as a maid.
Well, didn't even get that far. She was just they became good friends, and Lady Ray talked about how she was a really good artist and everything, and that she was really sad that she had to leave and everything, and she didn't want to, and then she I think she gives her one of her hair, and then she ends up leaving, and then through the fates, she ended up becoming a maid for her again. Yeah. But
she was already sick at that point.
Yeah, and Kimidori doesn't want Lady Ray to know that she wrote the letters.
Yeah, she even literally says, "I cannot be thanked."
Yeah, don't tell her. Don't let her know. I don't want to be to be useful, but I don't want to do it for the fame or something like that. I don't really know what her whole thing is.
Yeah, but I think her whole thing is to cheer Lady Ray up. That's pretty much the whole thing. I think there's not much to read into it. You know what I mean?
She's doing something nice for her. She doesn't want to, but she doesn't think she's worthy of being thanked her.
Yeah, and then we also see somebody in the trees, kind of spying on them a little bit.
It's the head maid.
Yeah, we find out it's the head maid.
She was eavesdropping the entire time, and then after Lag promises not to say anything about Kimidori being the one who made him, she runs off like the sneaky old woman that she is.
I'm gonna take that tall bitch down. That's pretty much her whole bit.
Yeah, and it's really not explained why she hates Kimidori so much. But she just has this whole. I mean, I guess it is sort of kind of explained later. She doesn't really have anything against Kimidori. It's more she just wants shit for herself.
Yeah, she's kind of a selfish kind of person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Kimidori is just.
I do really like. I do like when Kimidori is making Lag promise not to tell anything. It's just shaking him.
Yeah, it's like don't tell her, please, no. And Niche and Steak are trying to follow.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It
And then just the next panel is just like Lag's like bleeding through his nose and he's
foaming
just,
at the mouth.
It's like, okay, I think I have brain damage now.
Didn't anyone ever tell you not to shake the baby?
Yeah, I know. And I just like Kimadori's like little things like, I'm over here. Just like, I'm over here, dude. Like, come on, you're the one who shook him to halfway to death.
I'm amazed he can even stand.
Yeah. Like, he didn't break his spine. But yeah, they promise each other that they won't say anything. But Lag's kind of now at another crisis. Like, what should I tell Lady Ray?
Yeah, I promised I wouldn't tell her, but what should I tell her then? But then he walks into the room, and Lady Ray and the head maid is standing by her, and Lady Ray even says that it's like, oh, like Colbasso is the
is the head maid.
Yeah, is the head maid lady, and Lady Ray says that's like, oh, Colbasso already told me everything. She already admitted that she was the one that was writing the letters to make me feel good, and Lag's just like right in the heart immediately, and it's just like, wait a minute, she wrote them, and
yeah, and like this is where I never really liked Colbasso to begin with.
Oh, that's why
I never
she was a bitch from the beginning.
Yeah, like I never wanted to refer her by her name too much because I don't care for this character, but like damn, she's literally like since Kimadori didn't say my OCs don't steal, she's stealing.
Yeah. I mean, even Lady Ray even says that what how can I ever repay you? And then like she even says that it's like, oh no, like you don't have to repay me. I did it all for you. Oh, but there is actually one thing that you could do for me. I just want to have some land rich in trees and plants. She basically wants the mansion.
Yeah,
like she just like she property for herself.
Yeah, she wants something out of it. She wants land. She wants it like that's just dirt. That is just dirty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Lag goes to say something, but then remembers that like, oh wait, I can't. I promised I wouldn't say anything. And Lady Ray's even like what's wrong, Lag? Like, speak up. And then even Colbasso's just like, yeah, that brat's not gonna.
Brat's not gonna do shit.
And then Lag has the great idea, like, oh, all right, I promised I wouldn't say anything, but I never promised anything about using my gun to shoot it and reveal the heart thing I said I wouldn't do.
But like, I love like where it's actually like when like they have a little head of Kimidori, and like. And it's just like, but when they hear the butt, it's like shocked, like, what? What are you gonna do?
Yeah. No, don't do it. But no, like this just really got to me because this is literally the solution they had in the beginning, and then Lag was like, no, I can't do that. They're not lost letters, they're already delivered, so I can't shoot them. And then now at the end, he's like, oh, well, I'm just gonna fucking do it anyway. And it was like, what? You said you wouldn't do it. Like,
I know he contradicts himself. And it's even Kimadori's head's even still shocked.
Yeah,
she's like, what? And yeah, we do see the Lag picture show, the Lagalodian.
Yeah. This is basically what I was talking about a little bit already, about how Lady Ray was a child and Kimidori was her friend, and they lived everything, and they like Lady Ray like ran away from her family from home because she didn't like being like all like stuffed up inside and everything. like found out about how Kimidori draws and everything, and she's a really good artist and all this stuff. And then she had to like move away, but she didn't want to. And then so like as like a parting gift, she gives
Kimidori a hairpin. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's this whole thing where after that happens, she leaves, and then like Kimidori is like raising her family or whatever. She has like younger siblings, and then there's debt collectors, and they're just kind of like going through their house, like trying to like take stuff worth anything.
And the schmuck steals the hairpin.
Yeah, just kind of like rips it right off her head. But apparently, like he looks at it and this is amazing. This one single hairpin is made of real lion silver. Like, this one single hairpin can pay off your entire debt. And it's like, that's kind of ridiculous, but all right.
I guess lion silver is like the best silver in the world. You know what I mean? In this world.
I guess. I guess. Like, either that or Lady Ray was really just like, I guess, the richest person in the world or something.
Yeah, it's like probably one of the richest people in Amberground. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like Kimidori didn't want to get rid of the hairpin, but it was like, it would like get rid of all of her debt and everything. So she agrees to it and everything, and then that's when she basically says. Like couple, I guess, like more time passes and everything, and she's like, I'm gonna go be with my friend. Like, my younger siblings are older now; they can take care of the family. I'm gonna go try and make something up with my life. And then she goes to be with.
She's like, I can do anything I can for Lady Ray. And she even doubts herself. Like, I don't know if I'm fit to be a friend.
Yeah, because she got rid of that heirloom that she gave her and everything, so she didn't think she was worth it and everything like that. But then she finds the mansion, and then doesn't really go into it, but somehow ends up becoming the maid of Ray. And this confused me because I didn't know that the picture show stopped. I thought it was still going, but yeah, you see this shot of like up to the mansion, and she looks into the window, and she sees Ray reading a book, coughing and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then like Kimidori starts crying, and then it cuts to Kimidori is in the garden, like gardening and everything, and Lady Ray approaches her and says like, "Oh hey, like you wrote me the letters, thank you." And they have their connection, they have their moment and everything. But like I said, like there's no like, oh, by the way, the slideshow stopped. So I thought all of this was still like a flashback.
Yeah.
This is the story taking place.
This is Ray actually reaching out to Kimidori.
Yeah.
Kimidori and now Lag kind of feels good about himself again.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, so he figured out, well, my heart bullets can do this now.
Yeah. And then I do like, he basically has the idea. It's like, oh, so like picture letters. Like, that's another way that you can letters. Maybe I'll try doing that with Gaucher. And like the last panel is he shows a drawing to Sylvette, and Sylvette's just kind of like, it's a hideous looking drawing. And Sylvette's just like, what is this? And Lag's like, it's Gaucher. And then there's like a little smaller panel where Lag's it's like, well, that was a failure.
I guess I can't do it like Kimidori, huh?
Yeah, like.
And yeah, that kind of ends that chapter. And then now we're gonna go on to chapter 20.
Lighthouse in the Wilderness.
Lighthouse in the Wilderness. Or also Lighthouse Evolutions in the Wilderness. And now we see some machines going. We see like what looks like to be like a big furnace, somebody working on it. And it looks like Lag actually is working on this big furnace. And
yeah, I was real confused by like it was like I mean I figured out what was going on. Like, well, I mean, like before, like it tells you what's going on and everything. Like when I just saw this, you just see someone that looks a lot like Lag working on this like furnace thing, and I was just like, wait, where is this in the story? Like, why are we here now?
Yeah, I know. And then we see this guy come on. It's like, oh man, you got really good at maintenance now, huh? And offers Lag some tea.
It's Log, or Lug. His name's Lug now.
Lug. Or maybe it's him trying to say Lag.
Yeah, I just like so Lag is just Lag, but this kid's name is Loog. So yeah, I was trying to figure out real hard how to pronounce that. I was like, is it Lug? Is it Log? Is it like
Log?
I don't know.
Log. Which I'm wondering, is this person's not Lag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he looks exactly like Lag.
Lag's twin brother.
Could be, I mean. Because we never saw Lag's father. You know what I mean? We only met his mother and his aunt.
Yeah, very true.
Which I'm surprised his aunt hasn't revealed, oh yeah, you have a twin brother.
No, by the way, you have a long-lost twin brother.
They're like, Log. Log and this old man are having some tea and something to snack on. And apparently this is his grandpa.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and they're talking about just like how they live in this lighthouse and they're trying to keep this lighthouse going. And
it's their job.
Yeah,
they are the lighthouse keepers.
Yeah, it's their job, the lighthouse keepers, and like we see like family photos of them kind of together. Kind of adorable family.
Yeah, looks nice.
Yeah. And then we find out the wind
here's a noise.
And the wind's being way too strong today. And then we find, and then they're wondering like something's weird been happening lately, and like there's like they're thinking like there might be intruders inside the lighthouse. And then they open up this door, and they see two eyes up there, but they're not looking like they're looking up at. They're not looking like how normal.
They're vertical.
They're vertical. Thank you. They're vertical.
Yeah.
These vertical
they are
eyes.
two vertical eyes looking at Lag.
Log.
Logs, yeah, sorry.
And we see like, and like the grandpa here is acting like say like, hey, you know a ghost story that we can tell? He's like, no. And they're finding out, they're thinking that it had a voice to it, too. It's saying like, get out of here, get out of this lighthouse.
And the grandfather even says that it's like I don't know if you're trying to tell a joke or not. But there is a thing about like the sandstorms. Apparently, this area is the river, and the sandstorms are so bad that only the letter B's go out there, and like everybody else that goes out there like dies. So it's a very very treacherous place, and that's why Logue's mother and father left, because they didn't like that.
So we might be seeing a whole origin story of their family, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If this is related to Lag in any sort of way. Because, and he's like, and he even says like, Logue, you're the only one left, man.
You're all I've got left.
Yeah. And it's like and he's saying like, look, I don't want you to leave the lighthouse. You know what I mean? And Logue's like, I'm not going anywhere.
I wanna be a lighthouse keeper, just like you.
And like, yeah, now they're kind of just about to take a break. He's got to go do some paperwork and
You gotta go right up the log.
And we see Logue kind of like sleeping, like trying to get some sleep, and he's like, the wind's really bad out there. And then we see the vertical eye, now it has 4 eyes now, figure come out and say, get out.
And it's got like long spindly tentacles that start like coming off of it. It starts like as a Logue starts screaming and running away.
Yeah, it's like,
or well, no, he wakes up and he's like in the middle of like the I forget what they call it, not the furnace, but like area of the lighthouse,
like all the maintenance, the place where you need to do maintenance.
Yeah,
to the lighthouse.
And like Logue's convinced that he's had a night. It's like he worked so hard that he passed out and then just had a bad dream.
And he's wondering if he's going insane. You know what I mean? Because like he's been in here for so long. I mean, and he's wondering about his grandfather. Like he's still writing the logs, and he's looking at like all this stuff is logs.
There's just stacks of papers all around Logue's grandfather's desk.
And he's been writing these for a long ass time.
Since he started being a housekeeper.
And Logue's grandfather's like, I got these tea leaves. Let's get some drinking.
Yeah. Let's get drunk.
Let's get drunk,
drunk on tea.
Let's be tea. And then Logue just kind of gives a good little smile, like, okay. And now we're just kind of seeing Logue kind of get out of bed in the bedroom. He's just like wondering what are all these marks on his body. He's wondering about this.
He's got the curse mark.
He's got the curse mark. He's gonna be the Sasuke. Oh no.
His curse mark hurts.
It's bleeding.
Oh god.
No. But yeah, he's got all these bruises on him. And that he's been wondering if are these actually real bruises or it's like this is what the dream, or it's like, and he's feeling like the air got cold in his room. Now, like
the door opens up. Like strips of paper start like flying through the wind.
And then we see his grandfather kind of show up.
I do really like this whole like these next couple of panels where it's like in like the standard black and white like drawing that it's always in, but
yeah, but it's more shaded.
You see like walk in and he's got a gun in his hand and he's just like entirely like not like entirely like shaded in, but like he's just like he's so dark now and menacing like.
And he's just like, Grandpa. And you just see a bird kind of like flying in the wind.
Yeah, symbolism and whatnot. Yeah. Flying birds.
And
flying birds represent every situation. So
yeah. Send in the doves.
Release the doves. Then we get a nice shot of this mysterious man riding a motorcycle.
Riding a motorcycle towards the lighthouse. And then we just hear this grandpa's like, I hate you. I must kill you. No.
And even Logue's like sitting there like saying like talking about, and he just keeps repeating like, I hate you. And then Logue realizes, he's like, wait a minute, I don't have a grandfather. And then like trying to think of all of his that he has and everything, and he's just like I don't have a grandfather. Like who are you?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden we see the mysterious figure come out. Like this mysterious like monster going, "Ooh," come out, and just like we're just seeing this, and it's just like holy shit! Like we don't know what happened to Logue, and now it just cuts back to Zaji and Connor, like wondering, like asking about, did you write the letter yet?
Talking to Lag.
Yeah, talking to Lag, actually, like, did you write the letter yet? Like, no. And like they're talking. Then all of a sudden they're talking about Jiggy Pepper and how he met Jiggy Pepper's sister, Kyrie.
I will say I don't connection they're trying to make here, because like basically it just goes from like they talk about like, hey, like, did you finish that letter that you were working on? Like, no, I tried the whole picture letter, but I was too bad at it, so it never worked. And then Connor is just kind of like you remember the express delivery Jiggy Pepper? And he's like, oh yeah, I met his sister once. He's like, you should go talk to him. He's over by he usually passes through the liquid sand river, like whenever he missions and whatnot. Like, you should go talk to him. He might know a thing or two about letters. And it's just kind of like it's just kind of like thrown out, like really random. Like,
yeah, this is the first time the pacing in Tegami Bachi is like weird.
Yeah, it's just like, what? Why? Like, yeah, they established before, and now they're just kind of like, I feel like this was just kind of like, Jiggy Pepper, let's throw Jiggy Pepper in here, and it's like, it's literally like for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, remember that Jiggy Pepper guy? Like, oh yeah.
Zaji has a real thing for him because he thinks that he's like real cool and everything.
Jiggy's a real man.
Yeah, he rides a motorcycle, and the motorcycle runs on heart, just like a heart bullet does.
And we're finding out that maybe Logue and Lag might be the same person.
Oh my god, I am shocked.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I kind of wasn't. It's like at first we thought. At first I was like, oh wait, it's just Lag. Probably just doesn't remember shit.
When I was reading through it, I thought it was flashback he was having or something, and then I thought, when they started calling him Logue, and then I was just like, oh, so maybe this is like some kind of like and I don't know, like, it's like I don't know how weird this I don't know how weird this series get. I don't know, maybe he can have like a clone, and then I as it went on, I was just like, oh, okay, some kind of like he's hallucinating. This is some kind of illusion thing.
And the weird demon monster they stole was just Steak and Niche.
Steak sitting on top of Niche's head.
Good boy, Steak and Niche. And they're wondering now, like, who the hell's this grandfather guy? And they're wondering, like, my grandson, my treasure.
You took him away from me. Why would you do that?
And they're wondering, like, this whole time, like, who the hell, we don't know who the hell his grandson is. And this guy is the one thing that still exists, I guess, who's not an illusion. And then we see a guy on a motorcycle kind of like burst in.
Riding up through the lighthouse. It's like a spiral staircase going up to the lighthouse. This guy is riding all the way up it.
And we find out that it has a Gaichu on it.
Yeah, it's like I guess it like attached itself to the top, and then it kind of like shot itself into like the lamp part of the lighthouse, and like basically fused with it, and like they talk about it later on. Apparently, somehow it like uses the lighthouse as an external body like that to
Yeah,
like continuously feed on heart energy.
yeah. And it's like, and Eddie says, "Time for dessert." Shoots his heart bullet, and its name is Gunjo.
Gunjo. I like that name. I think it's
Yeah,
really good.
it is a nice name. And now we see Lag and Niche and Steak kind of trying to escape from from weird grandpa guy. And now we see the old man is actually just disappearing because
Along with the darkness.
yeah, along with the darkness, because it was the Gaichu that was doing that.
It was feeding off of the grandpa left records, like all of his records, his logs and everything, and so when the Gaichu like started feeding off of it, like it was turned into like bad negative emotions, and so it just created this like weird like illusion thing.
So yeah, it had some kind of illusion powers, which that was kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, that's actually.
Yeah, I thought it was a really neat idea.
And then now we're going back to seeing like we're now going tiptoeing into Lag's memory
Yeah.
a little bit. Like, okay, how the hell did this happen? And all of a sudden he just kind of reverted into like this lighthouse keeper kid.
He walked right into it. Like he found the tower. He saw the Gaichu was on top of it. He approached he went into the tower to find a way up it to kill the Gaichu and everything. And then like as soon as he walked into the lighthouse, like the the grandfather's heart, I guess, like the grandfather's memories, just kind of like overwhelmed Lag, and Lag basically took the role, like basically just got like sucked into the old man's memories.
Yeah. But kind of felt the illusion of it in a sense too, because of the Gaichu as well.
Yeah.
And it's just this grandfather having bitter rage for his family kind of leaving him there.
Yeah, and Lag even like he sees one of the logs. Father says that these logs are my life, so he shoots it with a heart bullet to see like the grandfather's memories. And yeah, you find out that like he was an old man living in this lighthouse, and then he like he had a son. His son got married, and then his son and his and their wife had a cat.
Had a kid.
They left,
Yeah.
And then so like he was left there all alone, and because like his wife passed away, and then like his son and his wife and and their child left, and so like he was left there all alone, and so he started fabricating these lies in this notebook. Like he basically started making up his own story to keep himself from going insane.
Yeah,
actually, which was actually, but in the end, it actually was making him go insane because he started believing that these stories were real.
Yep, and he was yearning for that for those things in those stories to be real.
Yeah.
And he was, even though he was writing them out of hatred in a sense.
Yeah.
Too.
And then the man on the motorcycle returns, and it's Jiggy Pepper.
Yeah, we find out Jiggy Pepper, he looks really cool.
Dude, he is badass. Like I will side. Like Jiggy Pepper's the man, but
Yeah,
he basically explains everything we just talked about. He talks about how the old man lived there and like his family left him, and so he wrote the logs to try to combat loneliness, and then he ended up going crazy. And then like the logs were basically tainted with like shards of hatreds, shards of malice, whatever.
yeah,
And so when the Gaichu like took over the light, it basically like it manifested his heart inside the lighthouse.
yeah. It just like the guy shoot just magnified it, and like I just liked how Leg's like Jiggy Pepper,
Oh man,
the myth, the legend. Which
yeah,
he looks really badass though.
yep,
He's probably the most badass looking character in this whole series.
yeah. I completely agree. I can't wait like do something like bigger than this.
Yeah, and it's just funny. Like like he said, he explained like, but yeah, the Gaichu and the grandfather spirit kind of just took over your consciousness.
Yeah, and I mean Jiggy Pepper doesn't really make fun of Lag, but he does say you should become stronger, like become a letter B so strong.
That
No strong emotion, or be good or evil, can influence you at all.
yeah, and that's why. And we see Lag kind of crying, like, I just want to be a bee with a strong heart. And kind of like, he kind of shows off him crying, like, the way he is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Lag finds that he learned something new about letters. And then he apologizes to Jiggy for, like, for Jiggy to waste his time.
But Jiggy is because he ends up he wanted to thank him for helping out his sister and everything. They finally got to meet each other.
Yeah. And now we see like Jiggy's probably gonna be a character that's gonna be like sort of like the new mentor, I would say. He kind of feels that way in a sense.
Yeah. He's the experienced bee that's been around the block. He knows some shit. He's got a cross scar on him.
Yeah.
He's badass.
Yeah. And he is. He's best. He's best character so far.
I don't know, Shards of Asshole guy.
Yeah,
he's still up there.
Yeah, I know, Shards of Asshole. Wait for him. And everybody's kind of like, oh my god, you met Jiggy? Holy shit! And like,
he's boing all over the place.
Yeah, it's like, and all of a sudden, like, Connor's like, is the food ready yet? And Sylvia's just like, ugh.
I'm gonna kill all of you.
Like, I said Lag can only stay here. And it's just funny.
I don't remember inviting all of you.
And now we're on chapter 21, which is the little girl doll, little girl doll is the chapter name of this one. And we see Good Boy Steak and Niche. They're asking about, are we going on a delivery tomorrow? And then they find out that they're off. And they're like, well, you can sleep in tomorrow, you know what I mean? And I feel like this is gonna be, I know this one's gonna be like a Niche and Steak story. In a sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and like Lag's gonna have to finish off the heart bullet letter. And and he's gonna ask Sylviette for some advice, and we see Sylviette making a doll, like a little.
Apparently, this is what she does.
Yeah, that's what she does for a living.
Yeah, I don't remember if they ever actually like said that or addressed that at all. But yeah, apparently she makes dolls and sells them.
No, they did. They showed it. They referenced it in her introduction chapter.
Okay.
Because she had that frog. Really? She had the frog try to attack him.
Yeah.
Which I like that frog. Frog's best character.
Frog was definitely top tier.
And we just see Sylviette making a whole bunch of dolls. And they kind of like return back home. They're like, we're home. And everybody's like, well, and she's like, well done, Niche and Steak. We're gonna. And apparently there was some mail. There was some mail that came for Sylviette. And they're wondering who it's from. And they're maybe thinking it's Gaucher, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah. And like, and Sylviette's like, I'll warm up some soup. And everybody's like, no. No soup. And
you do that. I'll be upstairs in my room.
Yeah. And she's like talking about like she wants to tell stories about her brother and her. You know,
Lag wants inspiration for his letter that he's gonna write.
Yeah. And we see that Niche is reading the letter. It's from a 10-year-old little girl named Crochet. And she's living in Dogra Town. And like, we find out this is kind of like a little bit of a fan letter that they want. And she saw these dolls that Sylviette makes, and it's selling in stores and stuff. And this person's got a request, and she wants a doll that looks like the girl that wrote the letter.
I think I want to say brother. It's either her brother or her dad is like going to go work in the mine. It doesn't even say. It just says my
relative has suddenly found out he has to go work alone in the mines.
Yeah, he's going to be working alone. So she wants a doll made to look like her, made like tomorrow, made and delivered to her tomorrow.
That looks
give it
like
to
her.
Him. Yes. He could like always remember her while he's in the mines and everything. Doesn't get lonely.
Oh, that's sweet though.
Yeah, it's very nice.
And I just like that like Niche and Steak are just like chowing down.
Yeah, it's like they're a good. Yeah, she's a good kid.
Yeah, they're just chowing down. Like that's like I'm noticing so far in this one. That's all Niche kind of does. Niche and Steak kind of do. So far in this one, they don't really have enough to do.
Yeah, they're just kind of in the background, usually eating.
Yeah. Oh, they found and they're wondering like, hey, wait, Sylviette. And she goes into her closet. Whole bunch of stuff kind of just falls. And she pulls out this case of a doll. And she's like, oh, I can fix up this little one here.
Lag doesn't think that she'd be able to make a doll like by those with the correct specifications in a day.
In a day,
or overnight.
But
So
she's gonna
has one.
repurpose a doll.
Yeah, she already has one kind of like half made, basically. So she's just going to tweak it a bit and make it.
Yeah, but hey, that's actually kind of smart.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it kind of reminds me of like, oh, like how the Muppets, how like blank puppets that they could just put features on. Like, oh look, it's a character now.
Yeah.
They could literally just pin and tape features on them, and there you go.
Just some googly eyes on it, and they're good.
Yeah. And yeah, she looks like she's gonna get ready to work on the doll, and she's just she's just saying, look, I gotta make some touch ups, and
Lag starts saying, it's like, but what about
what about the letter bullets?
And Sylviette's gone.
Like she's now gone into her own little world.
Yeah, she starts making that doll, and then another lovely shot
of Sleepy Lag.
Sleepy Lag. And I like he's just woken up. He's still tired. He's walking down like he's upset because he didn't end up like writing anything on the at all, and so he's walking down trying to get some breakfast, and he sees Sylviette's like already dressed, ready to go, has all her gear packed. And it's just like, all right, I'm off to make the delivery. Like, see ya.
There's a sandwich for you. Eat that.
I made you a sandwich. Have fun. And then she like goes to leave, and then like even Lag just sitting there, and it's just like, but wait, like you're gonna deliver the doll, but like you finished it, but like and you're delivering it, but wait. And she's like, see ya. And like Lag's just standing there, like
kind of in shock and awe, like
yeah. It's way too early in the morning for me to do that.
Yeah, and she's like, what do I do again? No, trying to sleep. Nisha's trying to sleep in. Sylvia, no.
I'm not wearing my pants. I like that quote. Just I'm not wearing my pants. I don't have time to deal with this.
I know. Just Sleepy Lag is probably the best thing in this volume.
I can't tell you. I've had to deal with something, and I'm just sitting there going like, oh crap, I gotta put pants on.
I know what you mean. You're like, I have to wear pants now.
What is this bullshit?
Like, and it's something you didn't really need to wear pants for. Like, god damn it.
That's the worst.
Yeah. And like we found out, like, and Leg's kind of like riding on her wheelchair thing with her.
I think
I think he's just actually pushing her, but
yeah.
And
I mean, they'd probably go faster if he was riding.
Yeah, and they're like, and she's like, I'm in a hurry. I gotta deliver that doll by 12, no matter what. And like, oh yeah, there's like a train, there's like a coach service that goes all the way to Doggertown. And like, oh, and Lag's like, oh, okay.
Well, you gotta be careful though, because there's going on.
There's been a bunch of robberies that were going on in that coach service, and they don't want anything. They don't want the doll to be stolen. And
do you like how as they're going, Sylviette's just like hey, so like right now, like for today, you're my dingo, and does not look just like, yeah, sure, I'm the dingo.
Yeah, like I'm the dingo. Like it's like, yeah, sure, I'm going as your dingo.
So yeah, whatever you say, Sylvia.
I love that. Speaking of which, hey, wait, and also they're like, wait a minute, Niche. They forgot all about Niche.
Yeah, Niche wakes up and starts screaming like, Lag, you're not sleeping. And then she looks underneath the blanket.
Lag? Like, aw.
Where'd Lag go?
And they're like, and Sylvia's like really rushing this thing going down. This is like, hurry up, I'm leaving you behind. And she's really fucking fast on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they probably would have made much better time if Lag did ride it with.
Yeah. And
I do like.
I love
even Lag's just like.
It's like,
I even need my help.
Lag's like, ugh. And it's just like, and I just love like shocked Lag where it's just like, he's like, ugh. And then we see a guy in the background, kind of like, what? And he's got like a trench. This person's got like a trench coat with kind of like a fedora on.
He's the super badass man.
Yep. Like what every neckbeard wants to be, but can't be.
Hey man, I was rocking the fedora long before
the term neckbeard. Me too.
But it's actually Lloyd, the head bee man.
Yeah, it is. Our Lloyd, our good old Lloyd.
And he's talking to the elephant. I think is the name of the shop that he goes into.
Yeah.
And goes in and he's like, apparently this is where he gets his information from.
Yeah, Pink Elephant it's called.
Yeah, he's just like give me something give me your information. What do you know? What do you got? And that's really it. That's his entire scene.
Yeah, that literally he's trying to get some kind of information. And the person who runs the shop is named MU.
Yeah, MU.
Yeah, by the way. And we're seeing like the coach bus kind of like going through the scenery, and it looks Amber Ground still looks awesome.
I gotta say, I really like that this coach service is a bus being pulled by a rhino. Like, why don't we have that in real life?
Well, because rhinos are extinct. Are almost going extinct.
That is not true. Rhinos exist.
Well, they exist. I'm just saying they're protected animals. So
and they would be even more protected if they were in the loving care of bus services. But
really,
I'm just saying, man. I totally ride a bus being pulled by a rhino.
Yeah, true. That'd be kind of cool. But anyways, we
have war elephants. Why don't we have bus rhinos?
Bus rhinos. Bus rhinos. Each sold separately. Bus comes separately.
So the animation I make is going to be bus rhinos. It's basically going to be street sharks, but bus rhinos.
Bus rhinos.
Jawsome. I'll have to figure out a rhino.
Horntastic.
Right? I'll work on it.
Anyways, now we see Sylvette and Lag kind of like they're on the rhino bus, and they're actually taking a look over the doll, and the doll looks adorable.
Yeah.
And Lag's still thinking about this letter, and Nisha's kind of like, not Nisha, Sylvette is kind of like thinking like, oh, you're just mad because I couldn't help you with the letter
because I ignored you to work. It's like, I'm sorry, but like, are you jealous? And Lag gets all embarrassed and everything.
It's like no.
He's even like, still, like, I'm not jealous, it's not true, but still, I mean, worked on that afterwards, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Like, isn't bringing Gaucher back what you want? He looks over, and Sylvette fell asleep while he was ranting.
Like, poor Lag, can't catch a break.
No one cares, Lag, no one cares.
Everybody falls asleep with Sylvette. And then it's a kind of a cute scene, like, that she fell asleep, sleeping right on Lag's shoulder.
Yep.
And Lag just gets like she fell asleep.
Goddamn bitch.
Yeah, I know. Like, that's just like, the bitch fell asleep. And then we see this old woman kind of like creep up to them, like, I don't know. There's like an old woman kind of creeps up to them and said, like, asking, like, where are you getting off to, Sonny? And like, oh yeah, they're going to Dogra Town.
It's like, oh, you should get some rest too. I'll wake you up when we get there, and Lag, being the trusty person that he is like, oh, you don't mind? Awesome. And so he falls asleep.
And he's like, I'll just ask for your help too, Sonny. And we see that it cuts back to Niche and Steak actually literally following him like a dog.
For hopping on roof egg, and then Niche gets Sylviette's scent, and then starts sniffing around.
Just like wondering, like, and then we find out that these two people are probably.
I got a pretty good kick out of this, where the guy. So it's Niche and not Niche. Asleep on the Rhino bus, and they're and this old man, and the old man looks over at the old lady and is just like, well, so should we get started? And the old lady doesn't know what he's talking about, and then the old man just starts like stripping himself down,
yeah,
and then like while like inching himself closer to the old lady, and is just like, come on, let's do this loving, tender, kiss me, and so the old lady just
like jabs him in the face. Jabs him in his face. His toupee kind of flies off, and is like, you know what? You sleep too. And yeah, these two are kind of the robbers.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as Lag brought it up, when he said like, "Oh, there's robberies going around," it's like, okay, so that's going to be the plot of this. So yeah, that's exactly what happens. I don't know if the old man was actually part of it. I think it was just the
old lady.
But yeah, and she's just like well, the
lone thief Autobahn.
Yeah, Autobahn. Great name for a thief. But he doesn't like, he's mad because like they he was hoping to get like a key, but he tries to he was hoping to get a big score, and he ends up like just with two kids and a pervy old man. And so she's just like, well, I'll sell this piece. He takes the doll and is just like,
and we find out that this grandma's not a grandma; it's a guy in a grandma suit.
Yeah, because the Rhino bus hits a bump, and so he falls down in his disguise.
He's
falling off of him.
Autobahn.
Everybody wakes up then.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's like, my dog.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, you go back to sleep, you little bastards.
He goes to hit Sylviette with his cane, but Lag kicks it out of the way and is like, no, I'm the dingo. I'll protect you. And is like, oh man, I wish you were this active when you were actually fighting.
Yeah, I know. When he's actually doing his job, he's not as active.
Yeah.
And
just goes to show you the work.
Yeah, and there's still a tussle. Like, Lag's like, give me back Sylviette's doll. And
he tackles him off the bus,
off the Rhino bus. And the driver's like, the fuck?
Yeah, they pull to a stop, but the doll landed precariously on a branch over a cliff.
Yeah.
And so Lag has to go like get it. While he's doing that,
Autobahn.
Yeah, Autobahn So like he takes the reins and he starts making his getaway. Sylvia decides high gear and chase after him. Oh, and
The old man
still on
from
the
earlier
bus.
is like, "Save me!"
I'm here too.
Like, that bitch wasn't a real bitch.
Real bitch.
Oh my god! And Sylvia starts becoming badass. Like, it's like, if it's a chase you want, it's a chase you get.
And I won't listen to high gear. Like, why did you even bother taking the bus if you can just do this?
Yeah, literally. Just because it's a Rhino bus. Is that why?
Just because they had to put themselves in a situation with the robbers.
Yeah, literally. And even Lag warned her, like, there's been a lot of robberies going on that service lately.
Yeah.
And just like she just was off in her own little world the whole time.
I do like how the nickname, I'm the
wheelchair leopardess.
Which is pretty.
Everybody's got got weirdly cool nicknames in this volume too.
Yeah.
The lone thief Autovon. The leopardess, wheelchair leopardess.
Jiggy Pepper, like it's obviously a nickname.
Yeah, Jiggy Pepper. Shards of asshole guy. We're waiting for him to show up.
Granted, we gave him that nickname, but still.
Yeah.
It's his name now. He has it.
It's his name. I forgot his actual name too.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But anyways, now we see Lag. He's like staring down at the cliff. He's ready, like, to try to get the doll. And he's like, "Wait a minute, Niche."
You see Nisha's shadow as she like looms over the cliff, looking down at him, and she looks all angry. But then Lag's just like, "Oh yeah, Niche, I knew I could count on you. Like you always show up at the right time." And then Niche just forgives him instantly.
I just love that puffy face. She's like, mm.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's just funny. Like, you can always count on you. I can always count on you. I do it.
She brought him his gun. He has the genius idea. He's going to fire Akabari to like whisk around the doll and like pick it up off the branch and shoot it into the air. And it's just like
grab it.
Just have Niche go get it. Like, she can just do it. Like, why make this so more complicated? But he has to shout Akabari at least once per chapter. So
yeah, at least one time. I mean,
yeah.
Unless it's an ongoing battle.
And to be fair, this
shows more exposition.
Yeah, now he can see the heart of the doll, and like that letter that Sylviette got was like basically the exact same idea where when Gaucher first told her that she was going to make a doll of herself and give it to him so that he would always remember her and everything. Then it turned out that said he was going to go in like a week, and then it ended up being like the next day. Yeah. She wasn't able to finish it in time, and that's why it was half done. But yeah.
Yeah, and like she wanted to do it, and like you said, it had to be for that day, and like this is probably like the last time. This is where we find out this is the last time she saw Gaucher.
Yeah, because then she'd give him something else when he showed up, and then she got the
letter
that showed up.
From Arya herself.
Arya. I forgot her name. Yeah, Arya shows up and says that he's not a bee anymore, and so she never.
Yeah. but now it's just, then because she's like remembering the letter, and it's almost exactly the same thing that she wanted to do with her brother.
Yeah, so that put so much. That's why she cared about it so much. That's why she went and did it, and basically lag that night, because she wanted to make it absolutely perfect.
Yeah, she
Ever
wanted to
made kind of thing.
Yeah, she wanted to be perfect, and she finished it. She finally finished it. And she's like, and she's still sad about not being able to give it to her brother.
Yeah, but she'll give it to somebody.
Yeah, she knows it's gonna go to a good home.
Yeah.
And she's powering down on that wheelchair.
Dude, she drives right up next to that bus.
I'm waiting to put that deja vu music from Inertial D. Deja vu.
Yeah. Speedy speed boy.
Yeah.
As she zooms up and she does her patented Sylviette hip slide.
Yeah.
Or blinding attack, depending on whichever one you want to use.
Yeah,
but yeah,
exactly.
she does slide and shoots dirt into the rhino's eye.
Yeah, shoves dirt right into the fucking rhino's face. I'm like, oh, poor rhino. He had nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
And she's like, even
he did nothing.
She's like, even brats can fight back. Don't underestimate me.
Yeah.
And I like Sylvette in this chapter so far.
Yeah, this is basically like how you said that this was going to be a niche and steak chapter.
No, this is more of a Sylvette chapter.
Yeah.
And Lag and Niche and Steak are kind of like background characters at this point.
Yeah, basically.
And it's still funny that the rhino's still mad.
Yeah. But he's cooling off. He's drinking some water. He's feeling better.
And it's just like they caught Autobahn. Yeah. And everybody's like, never heard of you.
Audubon, never heard of him. Well, take him to jail.
Yep. And the whole thing they got out of this was never make Sylvette mad.
Yeah, basically. But she delivers the doll.
Yeah, she delivers the doll with a letter bullet, and he's like, look, I'm gonna definitely do this letter bullet, and I'll definitely get Gaucher's heart back. And then we cut back to Arya a little bit. Arya and
Lloyd,
yes, Arya and Lloyd. They're like, they found something out that the Marauder Noir is along the trail, and they found out it's
the
Gaucher.
Northern Trail.
The Northern Trail, yes, the northern border. And they found out it's Gaucher doing something, up to something, and Lloyd's like, I'm gonna go check this out.
Yeah.
And that ends chapter 21.
Dun dun dun.
And the last chapter of the entire volume, which is chapter 22, Film Noir, which I love the name of that.
Yeah, it's a very good one.
That is a good name for a chapter. And we see like that this area is kind of like a really frozen, like snowy area.
There's an entire mountain, like not a mountain. It's just like a big hill, I guess. But it's called the Elk's Head, and
that looks
cool. Like it looks like an actual like elk's like skull, and it's got like the antlers and everything shooting off of it.
Yeah, it's got like it kind of actually like it looks like when you look at it, it looks like there's the mountain head. It looks like there's the ear of the elk, and then it looks like it's kind of looking down, and then you see the antlers, and it's like it looks like that whole mountain's kind of like becoming the whole animal itself.
Yeah,
and that actually looks really cool.
It very nice.
And
when I saw this, like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought like, oh man, are they? It's like, oh, it actually is a giant elk that's just like frozen underground or something. But if they haven't done it yet.
Yeah, that would be funny. That would be actually that'd be cool and funny at the same time. You know what I mean? Like that would be like sort of a jump the shark moment.
Yeah, true.
But anyways, like now they're gonna be fine. Now they're gonna go to the town that's near Glacial Lake, and they look at it. And the splash page shows off this whole frozen winter wonderland of winterness.
The Blue Notes Blues.
Yep, the Blue Notes Blues. The land of frozen hope and despair. Chapter 22. Film the
Sounds fun. Yep. Sounds great.
Sounds like a barrel of monkeys.
Sounds like a Christmas wonderland.
And now, yeah, and they're finding out in a flashback that that they actually someone tracked Gaucher. Somebody's been tracking Gaucher down, and they're asking if that's true.
They saw what is it? It was just a driver, I guess, that was just like going up and down the path or whatever. But he saw shining lights that resembled like heart bullets. Yeah, I'll figure that was Gaucher.
Yeah, that's Gaucher, or Noir as he likes to call himself now.
Yeah, now he's Noir.
Yeah, which I have to say, even though it's a cool name, it's still really kind of edgy.
Oh yeah,
it's a little edgy. I'm not gonna lie, but it's still pretty
my
cool.
name used to be Gaucher. What's your name? What's your? I had amnesia. I don't remember anything. Now call me Black. No. That's not right. Call me the German word for black.
Noir. And yeah, and now the director's actually gonna send Lag off to go see if that's true, if it's really Gaucher.
Yep.
And
head out blues in northern Yodak and find Gaucher.
And we find out that
Lag's all for it.
And we also found out Blue Notes is also an area where kind of like where the species of what Niche is, the Maka.
Yeah, the legendary creature Maka is supposed to live or be seen around
that's like area. Where that's where the Makas are usually there in this area. And I love this. It's a seal sled.
Yeah. I love the way they use animals in this universe.
The seal sled. That is hilarious.
That is so good.
You would think you wouldn't be able to get around with the seal sled, but apparently it works.
Hey man, people at the hoops pulling a sled, I imagine, is easier than that.
Yeah, true. Like that. Gotta let it. And now they're talking to the driver, and it seems like he might have actually saw Gaucher a little bit. And he had a girl with him with a white face.
Rhoda.
Yeah. So it's Rhoda. So this guy has seen Gaucher and Rhoda.
Yeah. He's explaining to him like he saw a huge light coming up from Elk's head, so that's got to be where it's at.
Yeah. And like these stamps are used. I like how stamps are kind of used in this world a bit too.
Yes, stamps are basically.
It's like another form of currency. Like he got like a page of stamps. Like you know how much a page of stamps would cost like that? Like that's like $5 worth of stamps right there.
Yeah, but of course it's like more than that, like $20.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
That's how they make it seem anyway.
Yeah. And now we see the guy and his seal sled stop, and they're dropping off Lag and Niche, and he's pointing out like, oh wait, I saw these people going down this way, so you'll probably end up seeing him there, and he's warning them to please come back safely.
Yeah.
And the guy kind of like dries off, and Lag's like, thank you, seal man.
I guess, kind stranger.
Yeah. And we just find out, like, oh man, this really does look like a deer. It's got the antlers and everything. And, like...
Niche, of course, Niche being Niche, jumps way up onto the top antler.
Yeah, I know. And it's just like... And it's like, he's like, Niche, that's dangerous. No. Don't leave me. And
I do like this one scene where you see Niche is basically skiing on her own hair as she's like going down the hill.
I love that too. I love how creative they can be with Niche.
Yeah.
For some kind of gag. I mean, it's always funny.
Hey man, if I could get around with just using my hair, I probably would.
Yeah, that's true. I'd like using the hair as a helicopter. That would be. That's how I would use it. The helicopter.
Real annoying, real fast, but.
Yeah.
I like the idea of using the snake.
Yeah. And like I just like how Lag's just like kind of rushing off after.
Takes a single step and slips immediately.
Yeah. And then we see kind of like a passageway into the Elk's Head area. You know. And oh no, we don't see a passageway. We see a Gaichu.
I was gonna say, what passageway? I don't know where you went.
Sorry, it kind of blended in together for a sec.
I can get it. But yeah, we see this basically the carcass of a Gaichu that Lag's never seen. And normally, when a Gaichu is like destroyed, blows up, this one's kind of like split from the
belly down.
Like I'm just gonna be completely honest here. What I think it is, like, if you know anything about bugs, this looks more like a thing that like it wasn't killed, didn't die or whatever. It was
reborn.
It evolved or hatched into something else.
Yeah. Which something that's gonna be a bigger threat.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah, he's like wondering. Yeah, he just asked the same question. Like, this Gaichu should have just blown to bits. This one has a huge hole in it. And he's like, yeah, like he said, he's never heard of this in the Gaichu Encyclopedia. Apparently, there's an encyclopedia now of Gaichu. Which I kind of wish they would have released this with as a bonus thing.
That would be neat, yeah.
The Gaichu Encyclopedia.
I do want to see a list of all of them.
Yeah, that would be cool. And yeah, and he's like wondering, the delivery man didn't even see anything about this either. And now it's something hidden. It's hidden between the antlers.
Yeah. So it's like it makes sense that like no one would see it because like it's like where it is. It's in a very very secluded spot.
Yeah. Which seeing this mountain from the front, it really does look like a deer.
Yeah, it's a deer's head with the antlers everywhere and everything. Like, yeah, I'm telling you, man.
It's gonna come to life.
Get up. It's just going to get up. And that's what the Gaichu evolved into. You know, it only makes sense.
That would make sense, actually.
That,
he's like, I'm sure something happened here, and like the ground starts kind of like.
He kicks on his detector, and he
sees like cartridges around.
Bullet cartridges.
Some kind of heart bullet cartridges, and he's wondering, like, wait a minute, there should be fragments of Goshi's heart in them, like. And he wants to see, and
I do understand. They said that they saw like the heart bullets being fired or whatever.
Yeah,
Goshe was down over here doing this, but I'm just those cartridges could be from anyone's gun, really. But they just happened to be from Goshe's.
Yeah, exactly. They're just conveniently Goshe's.
Yeah.
For kind of convenience sake.
But Lag shoots it with his heart bullets, so he can see bits of heart, and now we basically get to see what happened. Well, not really what happened, but kind
what's
of
going on with why Goshe's here and
how Goshe became noir.
Yeah, that's it too. Like, why did he become this? It just he kind of just woke up and just like, it's like, where am I? Who am I?
Who am I? He has no idea.
And we see the mysterious man say, Goshe Suede, you're awake. And now we see this guy who looks really fucking cool and creepy at the same time.
Yeah, he's got demonic eyes. He's got this weird
It's got like
I'm calling, but he's got this weird like leathery skin kind of thing going across his forehead.
Yeah, he's kind of got like a lizard-like-esque appearance, in a sense. Very reptilian.
Yeah.
In a sense, and he's like, I offered up a prayer for your recovery, and like they're in this like town in eastern Usari. So and like this is like between Usari and Yodaka. And Goshe barely remembers like what this is. Like he's like, you sorry? Like
even this Goshe, then I guess most people do, because he makes a comment about it. He's like, what a wretched man you are. Like your memories of your have lost your heart as well. And it's like, oh man, he knows about that.
Yeah. But all your heart as well, like. And Goshe kind of just collapses.
And just kind of falls out of bed and is just kind of like lying on. He doesn't understand what he means by heart either.
No, like Goshe's now kind of like just like a blank canvas now in a sense.
He is an empty shell.
Yeah. He got eaten by Gaichu. But this guy is like, he's all happy about this too.
Yeah. Goshe, this means, yeah, you are the only human who has ever returned from the light alive.
He's like, what?
Yeah, like, what does that mean?
Like, yeah, he's like wondering what the hell that means.
And this guy gives him this, and just says, she'll be your partner. She'll help you. She'll look after you and everything. She was born here too, so like she's she's good people. And it's the Rhoda girl.
Yeah.
And
it's the girl that might be Rhoda, actually.
Yeah. Basically, she starts explaining to Goshe like basically the basics of the world.
Well, yeah, this is
a country called Amberground, made sun, and like she explains like Usari and Yodaka and the class system and the government, and basically the entire story.
Yeah, like the entire plot of the world.
Yeah, and up to now they are to Gaucher.
Yeah. And
But they also, like, while they're explaining it, like every panel, like you also see, like, it's kind of like a montage of, like,
of Gaucher's recovery in a sense.
Yeah, like while they're explaining it, you see that this Rhoda girl is like cleaning all of Gaucher's wounds, helping him eat and everything.
Literally taking care of him. Like, this could be just Rhoda. Like, it's implying that this girl could be actually Rhoda, just reincarnated in a sense into a human being. And now, and possessing a high level of heart, that you crossed from here to you started to the capital Akatsuki, and he lost
used to be a bee, and then you lost art in the light. And they show, like, they don't walk up to the man-made sun, but like you see the man-made sun in the distance.
Yeah. Which the man-made sun looks kind of cool though. It's literally like a star within a star within a star within a star.
Yeah, it looks real neat.
And Gaucher is asking this girl, like, you never told me your name, and she doesn't say.
She says she doesn't have one. Even Gaucher says it's like, just like me.
Yeah. Like, oh, you're just like me then.
And then he says, like, I have a request. I want to see the place
where I
Suede live.
Yeah, so.
And I don't know if this ever actually happened. Like, like, I don't know if this was something that happened, like, while we were reading it, or if this was something that.
This like, happened in the background, like, in a sense.
Yeah, like, you see where Gaucher's walking through town and everything. Sylviette is buying bread from the bakery, and then as she's leaving, Gaucher walks past her, and they just kind of like pass each other and keep. I've been trying to think, like, was there a panel where something like that happened, or this was just like something that's happened?
I think this has happened in the past. I mean, more or less. Right. Yeah, I mean,
so like we would not have seen this.
No, we haven't seen this because Sylviette's still pretty young at this point, and we barely met young Sylviette.
Yeah, okay,
it's only through flashback, really.
Yeah. But there's this one moment where it's like you see as they pass by each other.
Gaucher looks back.
Does stop to look at her, but then knows what he's doing,
and walks away. And
this man, the man with the reptilian forehead,
the reptilian man.
Yeah, he basically, like, he is the man who could not become a spirit or whatever, and we basically see he's addressing his, like, or whatever
his subjects,
and basically giving the whole spiel that oh god, I don't even remember their names now.
It's the anti-government group.
Yeah, and he's about how the government used, like, this guy was somebody who worked on the giant airship, and then they used him as he spoke out against the government, and so the government took him and started doing experiments on him because the government's trying to find. Like, and combine people with spirit amber and, like, make the ultimate spirit or something like that.
Like
basically from because they talk about how they want to, combine people and spirit amber, and the fact that Lag has a spirit amber for his left eye. I feel like Lag is the experiment that the government's been trying to perfect.
Yeah,
I feel like that's where the story's going.
Yeah, lag might be the perfected experiment. Yeah, I mean, version of the experiment, and yeah, they're reverse. They're called.
Yeah. The group is called Reverse.
Yeah, they're like, we are Reverse.
Yeah, and this guy basically says about he was a failed subject, but like not like he didn't die. Like he was like if a subject failed and they were like terminated or whatever, but he
managed to escape.
Yeah.
And
apparently this girl, this Rhoda girl, she says that she is also one of the test, and she gives Gaucher his gun and is like that's your heart bullet gun, and the man gives him the heart bullet gun and says like once you're able to use Spirit Amber again, like it'll be a great tool. And then as he's walking away, the Spirit Amber Gaucher, and Gaucher's just like, when do I start?
Yeah. And I love the name of the gun too. Its name is Jimopide.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty cool name. Hard to pronounce, but pretty cool name.
Not as cool as Nocturne, but up there.
Yeah, it's a good name. Yeah, like pretty much like you said, it's like tell me when do I start.
Yeah. Oh man, this is magnificent. Like we're going to like he calls him Gaucher, and Gaucher's just like no, like don't use that name again because Gaucher no longer exists. Now I'm.
Yeah, he says now I'm Noir, and this guy's like he's like I finally have him.
Yeah, he's loved it, and then it kind of when he's talking to Rhoda and like I don't have a name, and so he says it's like okay, well then I'll call you Rhoda, and then we see Lag is watching these memories happen, and then the girl like just accepts it and whatever, and like Lag's starting to tear up and everything, and you feel like oh man, like he's like Gaucher not going to come back from this, but Lag's just immediately he remembered the name Rhoda. Rhoda is a name that came to him. He doesn't understand why.
Yeah.
He has some kind of attachment to.
Yeah, he has
a bit of his heart that still exists, and that is the hope that Lag is attaching to.
Yeah. So just to remember Rhoda. Yeah, maybe Rhoda might be the thing that helps out. Fix everything. Maybe the real Rhoda, the real Dingo Rhoda, might be alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking real Rhoda's going to show up, and it's going to be a very heartwarming moment.
Yeah.
Or Gaucher's going to kill her. Either one of those two, I feel is what's going to happen.
Or Noir is going to kill her.
Or is going to do it.
Yeah. Because Gaucher doesn't exist anymore. It's Noir.
Yeah. But so after this slideshow happens, then Lag realizes like that Gaichu wasn't in the slideshow. Has no idea what that is about.
Yeah.
But then Niche is like, hey, there's a bridge over here. We gotta go. Like we go this way. And Lag asks like, how do you know that? And then he remembers. That's right. Or no. Like so Niche tells him that Niche was born in
that town 200 years ago.
Niche is 200 years old.
Oh my god.
Dun dun dun.
So that concludes volume 6. And so alright. So Matt, what do you think of volume 6? Like as we're reading it again. I
still stand by my statement. It's kind
of a boring one. This one a little bit.
Yeah, it's all exposition. It's all like it's important information. Don't get me wrong. Like it's good to know and whatnot. It's just like this entire volume is literally just like I wouldn't call it like filler or anything. No, it is like information dump. The volume. So I'm hoping, like the next volume's gonna delve into Nisha's backstory,
Which
and then
I'm
it's
looking forward
going
to
to tie
that.
in.
Like,
Yeah. I'm real curious how that goes, but I know that's somehow Nisha's backstory is going to tie into whatever Noir is doing. So
yeah. Well, like whatever Noir is doing, it's gonna be all, everything's gonna all connect very soon. We kind of met, but the good thing is we kind of met who is the quote unquote villain for the time being, in a sense, which is kind of cool.
yeah,
Like
we
don't
finally
know.
got to meet the head guy.
Yeah, the head guy of Reverse, and we saw more of like the memories of Gaucher. We saw like kind of Sylviette being badass, and like we said, this one it's more information, not enough like action to it. There's action, yes, but not it's to the minimum of what this series can do.
Yeah, the series definitely slow volume,
Yeah.
but I mean I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm not.
No, not
But
by no means.
it's it's not up to its own standards. I'll put it that way.
Hmm. Yeah, like well, doesn't D Grayman get like this too sometimes too? Like,
So like I won't do this happen a lot. I mean, not a lot in D Gray Man, but like a lot like in general. Like I the for like dumping X,
a lot of
but
exposition.
I do the whole like wakes up and Rhoda like basically explains to him her story, or at least just the history of Amberground and everything. I feel like that was just kind of something that was just like, okay, like we really don't.
Yeah, we don't need. Yeah, we didn't really need to that because like we can literally go back and read like the first like 2 volumes.
Yeah, and yeah, it's like that information's not like so far away we don't know it. Like we everything,
Yeah,
like what needs to be known about it. Like we know about the man-made
sun and
so we know about the and it's just it's like it was all information that really didn't need to be repeated.
no, it isn't. And it's cool though. We got some moments with Zaji, Connor, and all that. We got some more side quest things.
Jiggy Pepper came back.
Yeah, Jiggy came. We actually saw what Jiggy looked like, more or less,
Yeah.
and he is pretty cool. He's probably the best thing about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. The whole thing, the first chapter with like the picture letters and everything.
That's probably my favorite.
It was an all right chapter. I feel like it could have been omitted entirely because like it
didn't serve
like,
any
okay,
relevance.
Basically, like Lag realizes that's like, oh, okay, so it's like letter. I can draw a picture, and that could also be a letter. Like I can do that fine,
as
but
long
then
as it comes from the heart. You know what I mean?
But Lag's a shit artist.
Yeah,
he ends up not doing it anyways. It's just pointless. But I mean, I guess it's more just like, I guess, world building kind of stuff, other character development.
Yeah, it is. It is very much world building. As great as awesome world building is, I mean, because you got to do that in a story. You got to get the audience into this world, or you're not gonna do well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to everyone what the world's about.
But I feel at times Tegami Bachi, as much as I like this manga a lot, as much as we like this manga a lot, this is one of the ones we look forward to every time we get a chance to read it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a little too much world building at times.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Like sometimes a little way too much world building for its own good.
Yeah.
Like,
and I mean, like I said, like I do understand the necessity of it, but
yeah,
it does go.
Yeah, it goes a little too much. But it doesn't leave anything to a mystery though.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the thing. I like it I love it. I love it that it does spell everything out for me a little bit, but sometimes it does it a little too much.
Yeah. I mean, like I don't want everything spilled for
Yeah.
me, but like
And
you
we're
know,
only
it's
on
a,
volume 6 too, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like this stuff should be like some of this stuff should be waiting a little bit until like later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then again, this manga was on a monthly basis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Instead of making people wait an entire month for a lot of this stuff, for a lot of the background stuff, I guess it's more like he had to kind of do something about it. So, okay, this might be people's first introduction in a sense, too.
Yeah. And I mean, that's still something that I don't understand. That's like who's gonna jump in on chapter 22 and then be like, "Oh man, this is a good series from the beginning." Like that kind of person. I don't do that.
I know what you mean, but I'm thinking for like the brand new reader. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody who picked up that issue, like, oh, I read this manga in here normally, but I'll check this out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is in here. I might as well give it a look, see if it's worth my time. Like I do understand it, but
Yeah, like that's probably why chapter 22. It has the greatest title, for a chapter name, but it's got the weird. It's not even. It's not. It's not. It's too much exposition. Maybe kind of like a film noir in a sense.
you know what? Didn't think of that, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm realizing this
kind of
now. Like
similar.
it kind of does a little parody of film noir, because film noir movies are like noir films. They're always exposition.
Yeah,
So it's like, okay, now that makes more sense. And now I'm thinking back to it. You know?
yeah. No, I completely agree.
All right. Any other thoughts before we give it a close?
Anime and manga is great. Watch and read it. Support the official release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're getting close though. Here's the thing: we are getting close to where the anime material stops.
Yeah.
We're only 3 more volumes away for the anime material when this was adapted.
Yeah.
For where it stops completely and starts going off, and the anime actually starts going off and doing its own thing for like a small amount of episodes, and then the anime adaptation just ends.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think, yeah. And next week we will be reading Kentaro Miura's Berserk. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Back to the Golden Age arc.
Oh man. All right, I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun. All right. All right. Now we'll see you next time, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.